Hey, today we are going to talk about something that's so important to your muscle building and fitness goals, and that is, what are you eating before you go to the gym and work out? What about after you work out? And the other part of that equation is, should you be eating anything when you go to the gym? What about training fasted? So we're going to cover all of those things. I'm going to tell you what I do, and it changes from time to time, but we're going to cover all of those things today. So hang on, we'll be right back. So let's get right into it today, and we want to talk about pre-workout and post-workout nutrition. Now, the first part of all of that, I guess, is to establish what's the value of pre-workout. What about going to the gym and being fasted? Is there a benefit to doing that? So first and foremost, it depends what it is you're trying to accomplish. When I get to pre-contest, I typically go to the gym fasted. So that means first thing in the morning for me, I'll get up and have a coffee and drink some water and probably have another coffee as I go to the gym and maybe a pre-workout. But I want to go fasted because here's the thing. When you go to the gym fasted, your body is more ready, if you will, to start burning fat instead of using the fuel that's there because you're coming in depleted. Also, your body tends to be more sensitive to handling the carbs and blood sugar, the insulin, once you get into putting food in your system. So that's the one part of it. The other part, however, is training fasted. You typically aren't going to train with optimal intensity and optimal power, strength, etc., etc. So if your goal is I'm just shooting to gain muscle right now, and I want to optimally do that or perform in some explosive activity. Maybe you're looking to do some running, things like that. It's far more beneficial to look at what is your pre-workout meal and what does it look like. And so here's the thing. Putting that pre-workout meal into our system gives us a couple of things. It helps our strength and endurance for the workout. It keeps our energy levels high during the workout, and it also aids in muscle building and fat loss. Maybe a little bit different than if you went in fasted, but it's going to aid that as well. And it's going to help your recovery time because there's more fuel in the tank. So the thing is, a lot of people focus on, well, what am I going to do when I'm at the gym? Great, you should. We should have a program. We should know what we're doing. But the pre-workout meal is what gives us the fuel for what we're going to do as we head to the gym. So here's the thing. When we go to the gym, we basically are firing our muscles by burning glucose. So that's carbohydrates being broken down in our system. And so it's important to have the proper carbohydrates in our system as we go to the gym. Is protein important? Sure. Maybe not as important, but it's still an important part. It's not as critical. How's that? Okay. So the other thing about that is you typically want to avoid extremely high fiber or high fat foods in your pre-workout. Takes longer to digest. It's a little bit harder on your digestive system to get through it. So you want your body to be optimally primed to lift the weight, do the work, not digest. So now here's the other part of it. What's the optimal timing for a pre-workout meal? So part of this is going to depend on how your body responds. So I'll tell you for myself, I usually have my pre-workout about half an hour, 45 minutes before I go to the gym. Here's the thing. If I'm gonna do legs, I do my pre-workout more like an hour because it's harder on my stomach, I find, in digestion, doing squats and things like that while your body's digesting. So just be aware of that and keep that in mind. I've seen numbers that say anywhere from 1 hour to 3 hours for your pre-workout. I don't know personally what 3 hours. I'm going to be hungry again. I'm typically hungry in 2 to 3 hours. So I think for me, that's too far ahead. But you can kind of gauge how does your body respond, what does your body do, and then go from there. Number one would be something like banana and Greek yogurt. Okay, so it's fast digesting. And so you're going to get sustained energy from it, high in potassium from the banana, and it's easy to digest, and it's portable. So if you're going from work to the gym, it's easy to have, some a container with some Greek yogurt and a banana, and maybe you eat that right as you're going out the door at the end of the workday. If you work out after work, or maybe you take it with you and you have it mid-morning if you work out at lunch. But it's easy to take care of. Okay. Number 2, white rice and some kind of lean protein. So that's chicken, ground turkey, egg whites, anything like that you want. So the fast digesting carbs, which we're looking for, so that it can get into our system right away. So obviously that's the white rice. It's easy to digest. Number 3, oats and berries. So the thing you can add with oats and berries is you can include Greek yogurt, maybe a protein shake of some kind, some protein powder, mix it all together. And what you're going to get is a balanced combination of slow and fast digesting carbs. And you're also going to get sustained energy by doing that through your workout. So, okay, number 4, rice cakes and some source of protein. So again, rice cakes are they're quick, easy to digest. You want to have a lean source of protein when we talk about whether it's chicken or egg whites or turkey or something like that. For me, my typical pre-workout meal is it's going to be usually English muffins, easy to digest, quick, sourdough, so that's good. A little bit of peanut butter and a little bit of honey and a protein shake. So that's kind of all the elements we talked about together. It's easy to digest, quick, and I'm not having a whole bunch of protein powder, but a whole bunch of peanut butter, but I do want to have some for, again, helping with the slowing down digestion and keeping it all going. So that's typically what I do. Now, when I'm doing a pre-contest, I don't have a pre-workout meal. I'm going to the gym in a fasted state, and I'm going to go and obviously try and produce the best I can in terms of numbers, lifts, etc., etc. But I go with the understanding I'm not here to have maybe the best workout in terms of numbers, in terms of weights, in terms of getting stronger, but I am here to work through the muscles and get them stimulated for what's coming ahead, which is the rest of the pre-contest. So, all right, then let's talk about post-workout, okay? So post-workout meals, I think we all understand this, they're pretty crucial. You absolutely cannot skip your post-workout meal and expect to optimally add muscle, be healthy, get stronger, all of those things. So what are the priorities in the post-workout meal? Number 1 priority is protein. Obviously, we need protein for muscle repair. And remember, when you went to the gym, when I go to the gym, I'm not going to the gym to grow. I'm going to the gym to basically stimulate the muscle, and basically we're damaging the muscle, okay? We're doing little damage to the muscle. The body responds, and the healing of that muscle is by growing more muscle tissue. So protein is a huge priority here, number 1 priority. The other thing is healthy fats. Now, shouldn't be the main priority, but it's an important part to put in here. And then the timing. We did a video, Ruth and I did a video on the whole anabolic window. But really, the timing is try and get that food in your system as reasonably as soon as you can after you've finished your workout. Okay, so best post-workout food choices. So number 1, and this one is because it's so easy and quick to do, is a protein shake and a banana. That's kind of one of the staples that have been around for a long, long time, but it's quick, convenient, and gets the calories and the protein and some quality carbs into your system right away, okay? So the banana helps replace the glycogen stores and of course the protein for the muscle repairs. So something you can add to that to really focus on the muscle gain would be using maybe whole milk or adding some peanut butter to your shake so you get some extra calories in there and it's a little more solid. Okay, number two would be or is salmon and sweet potatoes. So again, high quality protein, omega-3s, which will help with reducing inflammation and soreness, and obviously in the muscles, in the joints, and then the complex carbs, which would be the sweet potatoes, to help with the restoration of energy. Something to add to this would be some kind of vegetable, whether it's broccoli, green vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and of course you can add salad. That's an easy one that should, we should be having some kind of live food in our system. And that means, when I say live food, it means we haven't cooked it, it hasn't been boiled, and it's basically, so this is where you get fresh vegetables, right? And we're talking about some fruit options and things like that. So something else that you can do here is you can, take out the salmon and put in some other lean protein, or maybe even lean ground beef or whatever works, steak that works with your macros and with your health and fitness goals that you're trying to accomplish. So that's one way to do it. The other thing is you can look at, instead of sweet potatoes, you want to incorporate maybe quinoa or brown rice or some kind of whole grain. So here's typically what I do. So I'm in the gym first thing in the morning. So when I get back, my post-workout meal consists of whole eggs, egg whites, some sourdough toast, a little bit of jam and some cheese. And that kind of covers all of those. There's some good fat in there. There's obviously the protein in there. There's the carbohydrates to restore and replenish what's in what's been taken out of my system. So, you can interchange something in there in terms of the protein source. Just make sure it's a quality protein source. And if talking about your carb source, that it's a quality carb source that works for you. Okay. So, what do we take from that? You know what? It's real simple. Keep your pre-workout meal light, fast digesting and carb focused, and keep your post-workout meal protein focused, protein rich with healthy carbs and fats. Simple as that. And as we do that, you're going to get a better return on the investment of your time at the gym. Because remember, when you go to the gym, that's not when we grow. I always say this, I'm done, I'm ready to go home and grow. Because that's what happens when I take care of my nutrition properly. That's what happens with my sleep and rest and recovery. So thank you all for joining us today. If you haven't, please take a minute and give us a subscribe and a like for the channel, and we'll see you next time.